Boom. And there's the red light, meaning that we are live in this thing. Hello, everyone. I am Paul Wizzo, and welcome to Wizzo Talk. Whether you're watching the live or you catch the replay, don't forget to smash that notification bell and subscribe because it's absolutely free, 100% free to like, share, and subscribe. Once you hit that notification bell, be sure to, oh shit, I said that wrong. Once you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell, which I already said, because I'll post to my guest availability rather than a fixed schedule. If you'd like to be a guest on Wisdom Talk, you hit me up in the comments, send a carrier pigeon, a messenger, smoke signal, or whatever you got to do. Hit me up on Paul Wizzo. I'm on Facebook. Send me a message and we'll get you on the show. And don't worry about a topic because I have plenty of them. With that being said, we're going to meet our guest and we're going to get this thing going rolling. So let me start with Seven. Come on, Seven.
Yo, this your boy 7 Points of Blitz, aka Pomegranate Samurai Man. I want to thank y'all for having me on the Wizzo Talk yet again. If you want to check out some of my art, you can Google After Real Truth, all one word. Man, check out some of my art, buy some of my gear. You can find me on YouTube under After Real Truth as well. If y'all want to actually see me drawing some of my designs and just chatting it up, you can find me on Spotify under Cosmic Currency 777, and it's an honor.
Already, that's what's up. All right, let's move down to Miss Janice. Come on with your intro.
I don't have anything exciting like Seven. My name's Janice. You can find me, Janice Mariah Perry, on Facebook. All I do is just talk a bunch of shit all day in my posts.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Big Pokey, what you got?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Wizzo. As always, it's a pleasure. Big Pokey is the name. Some variation of that on every social media format. Number one thing for me, win therapy for the win. I hope we have a great day.
All right, that's what's up. Over on Miss Shima.
Hello. I'm Shima Ladd. I'm here with my homies today, and we just kicking it. But I'm all about personal development and premarital coaching. Just helping you work through the issues you have mentally, maybe physically. Help you identify your gifts, your talents, your skills, so you can be the best of who God called you to be. Hey, y'all. That's me.
All right. And let's go over. We didn't get to do a sound check. And Miss Nakia, I believe I gotta say that right. Okay.
Nika.
Got an intro? Nika, okay.
Hi.
That's all you want to say? Oh.
I'm Nika. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm Nika. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to. I'm Nika. You'll learn more as we talk. Very transparent. I advocate for children in foster care. That's my passion and my purpose. I want to live with purpose. There'd be no reason to live if you can't live and make a difference.
All right, that's what's up. With that being said, right. Okay. So I'm gonna say this here. We all can't talk at one time, but I do have a gavel if we get out of hand. So just to say this, everyone, whether you whoever's watching now or to my guest Nika, damn, I said that wrong. Anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go around the room. Everybody bring up their own little topic. I'm gonna start off with something first because it kind of I wanna do something a little bit different than what I normally do. I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie Saw where he said you like to play a game. So what I'm gonna do is something different. This is not to talk about, but this is just a little bit of game, and then we're gonna get right on off into our first topic, and we're gonna come to Big Pokey with our first topic. So here's my little game. I want to go around the room, and everybody I know at some point in some time have some of the craziest fucking thoughts. You just sit back and you just think of some crazy shit. So what I'm gonna come to y'all is that I'm gonna just ask you, what is just some crazy sitting around top of the day topic that you may come up with? And to get that started, let me come over with Miss Janice. Miss Janice, just what's some crazy off the topic shit that you just sit back and think of sometimes?
I don't know if I want to share that.
Why
not? Probably because it is crazy. It's probably like I feel like we all have dark sides. So a lot of the time, I think I have thoughts about um, mass genocide of like Caucasian people.
Oh, my soul.
Okay.
All right.
So this we're not going to
Oh
talk
no,
about this
that's no,
discussion. This is just everybody just
don't
want
be
to say what's on their
ashamed. That's
mind
floating around.
and put where they're going to go.
That's
Hold
floating
up,
around.
hold
Um,
That's
up,
a
hold
good
up.
and
topic.
Listen, hold up, Sheba, hold up a second. That's not where we're going right now. We're
so
not
for
going there.
me, it's difficult for me to
Uh,
admit that I have those thoughts
uh,
because half of my family is Caucasian. So, but yeah, that's one of my
oh.
like dark regular thoughts that I have on a regular basis.
Okay. All right, appreciate it. All right. Miss Shima, what you got? What's one of the wild things you just sit back and think about sometimes?
Well, really, I
Can you hear
believe
us?
what I'm about to say is connected to. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can
Yes.
you hear me?
Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
believe what I'm about
Yes.
to say is connected to what she's saying. Because I'm feeling like as all the changes going on in this world right now, and we watching how whites and blacks and what Trump is doing, and you want people to be honest and own their shit. And white people ain't owning their shit. And we can forgive and forgive and forgive. That's just like that white cop that killed that black man boy, and that man went down and killed that cop, ran his ass over because we tired of hearing certain things. But the thing that I really want to talk about is black woman. I'm a black woman, and I feel some kind of way
Okay.
when I see one
Okay.
of my
Hold
black
up. Hold
men
up.
with
Hold
another
up. Hold up. Shima,
nationality.
hold up. Hold up. Hold up. We're
Look,
not. We're not. We're not. First, we got to get you to maybe your volume is coming in real loud, but we just
That's passion.
asking what is
oh,
something you thinking about, and then we're not going to get to that yet. So, all right.
oh,
Let's come up to seven. Just what's some old crazy shit you just sit back and think about sometimes?
Well, honestly, man, one of the things I sit back and I think about every day is how we're born on this planet free, right? And we have infinite possibilities, but we're being made to conform to a system where we have to pay for everything. We have to work every day of our lives. We never truly live out our passions, and we just have to focus on somebody else's dreams and goals. Like we think we have our own dreams and goals, but what were your dreams and goals as a child? You know what I'm saying? And are you fulfilling that which you wanted to be? You know what I'm saying? Because the world conforms us, so then we end up wanting to be something else.
Right.
And it's like nobody really wants to get up and work every day, but we have to because we believe everybody believes in this thing called money, right? All this shit is just somebody else's imagination they made up, a job, bills, and it's like
North
we all
America,
have to
North
do this
America.
shit. That's the world.
Okay.
You know what
All
I'm saying?
right.
Why though?
No, it's not the
Right.
world. No, it's not
Hold
the
up.
world.
Hold
That's
up.
North America. A lot of
Yeah,
that's North
Shima,
America.
yeah, it's
Shima,
debate.
Oh, I'm
Shima.
sorry.
Hold up. We're not. All we doing right now is we just going around just asking everybody
I'm
what is something
sorry.
that you think about.
My
We're not
bad, my
into the
bad, my
podcast yet.
bad. Well, the topic shouldn't be so damn good.
I know. We okay. Uh, Nika, did I say that right?
You did.
Okay, Nika. What? Just right now we just covering just something. What do you think about? Whether it's wild, crazy. We're not going to talk about it right now because we still got other topics. But this is just something I'm thought of. So what is just something you just sit back and you just think of?
I'm always thinking about something. I feel like I don't think like the average person. I
Okay.
know my thought process is different, and I've discovered that's okay. But one of the things I do think about it was what Seven had kind of spoke on when he talked about. He didn't really talk about purpose, but he talked about things you wanted to do as a child and how then as an adult you don't fulfill those things. Um, I think it's because we've been conditioned, and with that whole conditioning, and it even goes back to, and I know this is going to sound crazy, he brought that up, and I often think, no, I'm not a vegetarian, but I even think about us eating meat and things of that nature. Our parents have forced that upon us, so that's all we know, so we do what we know. But what makes us, I know I'm gonna probably sound crazy, but what makes us any better than an animal? What made the chicken chosen to be eaten versus, just like we were, God, I know it sounds crazy. We were taught to eat meat, okay? But meat is like the pig. The pig is the dirtiest thing ever, okay? But we continue to eat it because we've been trained and we've been conditioned to do that. So what if we had more of a choice as children to where our parents would say, you know what, we're gonna wait until this child is maybe 10 to decide if this child wants to eat meat or not. We're going to see what this child wants to be when this child is an adult, and we can go ahead and we can educate that child based upon what they really want to do, what's going to help them in the future. So I think about that a lot. I think like a lot of the things that are in education, we don't even use that.
Right. Okay.
So I just feel like what Seven said, if we really want to do, I feel like it would prepare us more as an adult. And I think about that all the time. I know it sounds crazy, but I regret that I even had my kids eat meat. I feel like I should have made them decide once they were at a, to make that decision.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Let's go over here to Big Pokey. Like I said, only thing we're doing right now before we get off into our first topic, we just finding out what is something that somebody think of that's just the weirdest shit, whether it's crazy. We all sit back and think of shit all day long. So right now I'm gonna ask Big Pokey, and then I'll say what my craziest thought is. Big Pokey, what is something you be thinking about?
All right. So one thing I do want to address: swine is divine. Damn, what you talking about? Okay. Let me get that
But
out
it's
the way
not
first.
good for you. Let's keep it real. You know that.
Now,
We're gonna come back to that discussion also. But Big Pokey, so go ahead. What is just something you think about?
so I'm going to be an actual little bit more far off on the crazy side, and I thought I've had before, knowing it's impossible, is to be a crash dummy. And what I mean by that is if you remember the crash dummy commercials where full on terrible wreck and they just get up and brush it off and explain to you the terrible things that happen when you don't drive properly.
Right.
Like I would like to experience something like that, being able to full on, I don't know, drive a truck off a cliff but walk away from it fully intact.
Okay.
That would be some of the crazier thoughts I've had in my day.
All right, that's what's up. And let me give a shout out to PM. He's watching. Also, my guest, and all you that's on the panel right now, you are able to see the comments that people are posting. So if you'd like to make a comment on those, you can. I'll share them on the screen and stuff like that. So, and with that being said, look like we lost Shima for right now. She may pop back in. I think she was traveling. So right now, we all have said something totally different. And so mine goes back further than that. So I sit back and I think of some crazy shit. So I think about Adam and Eve. They both up there. They both are up there, naked as hell. So I'm wondering, when did Adam or Eve, whichever one of them, decide on? When did she decide on? Okay, now I can go on and suck this dick, or when she can go on and eat this pussy. So I'm like, okay, they both naked, and where did oral sex like that even come from? I mean, no one taught me, say, Paul, okay, you see that pussy over there, you got to eat that. No one told the girl, okay, you see that dick hanging out, you got to suck that. So I'm just sitting back and I'm thinking, where did that come from? So that's some of my crazy thoughts. I just be sitting back. I say, so it was Adam and Eve. She over there with a hairy, bushy ass pussy, probably. He with a bushy ass dick. And so how did she know to put that in her mouth? And how did he know? How did he even know to skip that day when she had that cycle? Or did he try? I don't know. But I just want to touch on something, how we all talk about and think about some of the crazy shit. So with that being said, all that out the way, I know Big Pokey told me he had something he wanted to bring up. So let's introduce our first topic of the night. And those of you that's watching now, all of our guests, if you ain't never watched Wizzo Talk, adult conversation between men and women, everyone on the panel has a topic. No one knows what that topic is. I even have mine. And so we just gonna talk about it for a little while, and then we're gonna pass the mic. And keep in mind, we can't all talk at one time, but maybe take a note if you like and come back, and we'll come back to you. So Big Pokey, what's up? What you got?
I got you, Wizzo. Appreciate you. So the subject is, and there can't be a right or wrong answer because there's no definitive proof for either one to be correct. But which one has more value in a relationship? respect or loyalty. Now, I want to preface it by saying that you can respect things and not fuck with them. For instance, you can respect the power that a country has, but not fuck with that country. Same thing in interpersonal relationships. You can respect somebody you work with, but know that they're an asshole, so you won't fuck with them. Now, how does that dynamic work in relationships? Which one has more value, respect or loyalty?
Okay, let's hit up Janice first. Janice, respect or loyalty?
Um, I'd rather somebody respect me. I feel like in relationships, I look at loyalty a little bit different. I have a different aspect of that. Like, so I'd rather them respect me enough where if they are disloyal, that they're not doing it in my face or embarrassing me.
Okay, so you don't respect. All right, that's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, let's pass the mic. Nikia, I said that wrong. Shit. Go
It's
ahead.
Nika.
Nika, yeah, I'm gonna get it right. I'm sorry.
No worries. I would have to agree with Janice, and I would say I would rather have respect than loyalty. It would be nice to have both, but loyal, it's kind of like you just feel like you're there because you're obligated to be there. I don't want someone to be with me out of obligation. I don't feel sorry for me. Hell, I'm not a damn hell. I'm not a homeless person. Shit, don't feel sorry for me. But I do want you to respect me. I want you to, like she said, if you're out doing something, have enough to respect to know, you know what, even if I am going to do this, let me do it to where I won't belittle Nika or Nika won't find out. Or if I am even creeping, let me let her know she's the side bitch. But Nika is my wife. I respect her. You understand what I'm saying? Respect goes a long way with me.
Okay. All right. That's what's up.
Okay.
Miss Sheila, what you got, Sheila?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same. You have to RESPCT me. Okay, find out what it means to me. Because if you disloyal in a way that's disrespectful, I might come out my character and have to do something to you. So I prefer you show respect. I keep respect for you. You respect me, and whenever we have disagreements, we can do it respectfully, and we can agree to disagree, whatever. But when you disloyal, because once you break your loyalty, that's more of a, I feel like that's really more of a almost like a heart issue, like a heart issue. And I feel like when something is really in your heart, you know what I'm saying, I can't fool with you.
Okay. All right, that's
so
what's up.
Respect for me.
Seven, what's up? Respect or loyalty?
For me?
Yeah, you.
I mean, I choose respect, but I feel like when you respect somebody, loyalty gonna come with it, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like how I feel like respect. I feel like that, like that's the same way when it comes to love. Like when you love somebody, you should be respecting them. You know what I'm saying? But the world don't work like that. But I definitely would choose respect because you know what I'm saying. Like, man, a motherfucker not gonna get out of pocket and say no crazy shit. That's one thing I can't stand. Somebody start talking crazy, man. Because you know when people start talking crazy, they tell you how they really feel. And that shit is nuts. Your motherfuckers be holding shit in and they say some wild shit and you can't take it back. And you just look at them like, damn, you had this shit in the whole time. So I definitely would choose respect over that.
All right, I'm gonna follow along with that and just wind up saying respect. And we're gonna put Big Pokey back up and let him kind of go a little bit further with that because loyalty. I pretty much can almost say fuck that. But as far as disrespecting me, then we got a problem. I mean, disrespecting me as the man disrespecting me out in public, out wherever we are, just disrespecting me, period. We may have a little issue with that. So loyalty, like Seven, I think Seven said, a couple other ones said, I think someone said it, loyalty requires respect. So Big Pokey, what else you got on there right there?
All right, so I wanted to make it clear too. I said which one has more value in a
More
relationship,
value.
not
Okay.
one or the other.
Okay, Miss Value. Okay.
And a lot of y'all took it like it was one or the other.
Okay.
That wasn't necessarily the way I wanted it to go.
Gotcha.
Now, one thing about it is that I feel the opposite way about what Seven said, because you can respect something and not be loyal to it. You cannot be loyal to something and not respect it. You can respect authority, but not be loyal to authority. Taxes, for instance. We all know that you mess around with your taxes, it's going to be a group of men and guns come get you. But most of us do not appreciate or deal with the IRS in any kind of loyal fashion. But we respect the ability that
I don't
they have.
respect
for
them.
us not
Fuck them. I
following
owe
the
them money
rules.
every year. I don't respect them. I just pay the shit because I have to.
Right.
I don't
You
respect
respect
them.
the
It's a
authority.
hoax.
Yeah.
You
God
pay it
damn,
because
I-
you
man,
respect
that's
the
what I'm talking-
authority.
Well, I spent trillions of dollars on money on bull condoms for them people over in the Middle East. So what the hell they need condoms for?
Hey, it's trillions of dollars. They
I'm
can't even
sorry.
account for it a bit.
Okay, let me let Big Pokey finish his point, and then we gonna work the room. Go ahead.
So, and specifically more to the relationship part, like when I can't remember which one of you said it, but you had similar sentiment saying that loyalty is just like being in a house or something like that. Like I find that, I'm not gonna say disingenuous, but very much not true to what loyalty is. Again, in a relationship, when we're talking about respect, I'm not talking about the lack of. I'm saying which one would you value more, meaning both are there,
Okay.
but
think
one has more value than the other. Now,
I think as far as value is concerned, how you're touching on it, if both are there, which one is valued more? I think that we're more likely to. So I feel like I'm just gonna put this out there. I feel like with women, we're more likely to leave based off of disloyalty, and men are not gonna put up with disrespect. So but in my mind, I feel like as far as what I would value more is the respect, rather than being loyal to me.
All right, that's what's up.
Because you can be loyal,
so
but
so
that's
hold on, let me
you
interject
know,
real quick.
Okay.
So somebody can respectfully steal from you.
What?
Huh? What? Wait. If they stole from you, they don't respect you.
Why not? Why not?
Why not? Because if they had enough respect for you to take something that they know that you worth, they respect you, they value you.
They snuck it. They snuck it. They snuck it. They still, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, to you. Whatever actions they were taking that you say respect includes. The thing is now I've stolen from you, and I feel like you got it like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess I don't know. I think loyalty is overrated, personally.
Man, she
People to
done.
me act like people are possessions. People are not possessions. No one owns me. No one owns an individual. We're not freaking. Nobody's my fucking master. So to me, the whole loyalty thing is overrated. But in reference to the respect thing, though, hell, you ain't got to stay around. But damn it, when you see me, you better respect me. Don't steal from me. Respect me as a person. But as far as the whole loyalty thing, I'm going to be honest. I think it's a little overrated.
I can respect you as a person, but I don't respect your things. Those are inanimate objects.
Yeah, but if you stole from me and you know it belongs to me, you disrespected me. And you disrespected yourself as well. If you're stealing, you lack self-respect. So you don't have respect for yourself. So why would you respect me? And I don't need you in my presence.
But I still respect you. I just
you done made her mad now. You done made her mad.
You find out about it.
I can't stand
You done
it.
made her mad.
I don't know. You can't say respect and thief in the same sentence. It makes no sense. I'm sorry. I mean, respectfully, it makes no sense.
Respectfully, stealing is crazy. So I guess with that being said too, I'd rather somebody fear me if I need the fear for you not to do that.
Yeah, Janice, because I'm like, I'm going to respectfully steal your car. What the hell? Like,
all right, let me
I
see
still
what.
respect you.
Yes, just like you were saying, somebody can respectfully cheat
I
on you.
mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me
You
see what
You
can.
Shima
just
gonna
said
say.
somebody can
Hold up,
respectfully cheat
y'all.
on
Hold
you.
up,
Somebody
everybody.
should
Hold
be.
up.
If
Hold
we
up a
can
second.
respectfully cheat,
Hold
then
up.
you can
Hold up, Big
respectfully
Pokey.
steal. As a
Big
matter of
Pokey.
fact, if you can respectfully cheat, you
Hold
can
up.
respectfully kill.
Hold up, y'all. We all hit that nerve, but just to say this right here, I don't think no one's getting mad. We just having a discussion. So, like someone said, somebody's getting mad. But I don't think that we having a discussion. But we got to remember, everyone will get a chance to talk, but we all can't talk at one time. And then if someone says something, make a note and then come back around to it because we can't have the podcast go between just two people back and forth. With that being said, let me see what Shima has to say, and then we'll work the room again.
but dog, a whole scrambling dog with fleas all the time that's loyal to you that you wish somebody would steal him. He would run away. Anybody can have him, but he's so loyal, he ain't going nowhere. The same dog that's so loyal to you, but he chew up your damn shoes if you leave it outside. Okay? So, I mean, but loyalty comes on the depth of the relationship. It depends if it's what kind of relationship it is. If it's something deep where you in an intimate relationship and loyalty is broken in that kind of way, then that's one thing. If it's loyalty that was broken from your mother, that's a different kind of hurt. You know what I'm saying? So it
All right, let's see.
depends on the person
Let's
in the relationship too.
let's see what Seven's gonna say, and then we gotta come back to Big Pokey.
Man, loyalty is a crazy fucking thing, man. It can easily be shattered and never gotten back, man. You know what I'm saying? I kind of go with when the kids say it, honestly. Like, man, I'm not really an idol. And you really don't, like, man, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own agendas. So you really got to look at that when you're thinking about loyalty, too, though. Like, what are people loyal to? Some people are more loyal to things than they are to other people. Some people value things more than they value other people. So it's like, like I said before, I just rather have the respect. But the loyalty thing, like, man, that shit weird because we live in a weird time where people don't really value other people in relationships. They really value things, name brands, and just items.
All right, anybody, Big Pokey? Got to come back.
Oh, sure. So we were still wanting to make sure that both are in the relationship, and we're talking about man and woman relationships, not dogs.
Well, shoot, you can get a man that's like a scroungy, bummy dog too. Hey, shoot, there's some of them out there too. What kind of man you got? Do he got a
Shima, you
job?
made a very valid point.
Do he got a job? Do he
I
keep
think
a
she
job?
made a very
Do he
valid
got
point when she
kids?
brought
Do
it
he
up.
take care of kids? Did he leave his kids? What you working with?
Okay, you said
Yeah,
she got a
there's
valid
some
point.
of them too. TLC made a whole song about it. I don't want no sub.
I'm pretty sure one of them dated a scrub at one point in their life. And
We
look, get out that nigga.
operating in bad faith going on.
All right, go ahead, Big Pokey.
So there isn't a right or wrong answer to it. Again, it was just which do you value more, and I wanted it specifically in relationships. And I don't know, like when when a couple of y'all described what you thought loyalty was, and I was kind of taken aback by that because although Seven did also bring it up that he doesn't feel like in today's day and age that that thing is a real concept. So maybe that's why y'all are leaning towards it like that and not treating one or the other as included in the relationship.
I mean, because you think about people, like,
Loyalty.
even women and men relationships, right? People have their ideals of what they're going to be loyal to. So I think that's why everybody is speaking in the terms of that because everybody has their ideals in different types of relationship what people are going to be loyal to, man. You know what I'm saying? You got some dudes in relationships, you know what I mean? They only loyal to specific things when they come to women. Some women are only loyal to specific things when they come to dudes. Like you see, some women only value a man's money, but then there's a lot of women who don't. You know what I mean? Like some dudes only value a woman's body. Some niggas don't. You know what I'm saying? So I think people were just speaking in terms like that.
All right. Anybody else got something on that?
Well, 70s, 80s, and the 70s really loyalty. That's what loyalty. Once 2000 hit, I think the generations, the millennials, the Gen Zs, all of them, they don't know what real loyalty.
You have this. You have.
They run around hollering they gangster. You ain't seen no real gangster till you look back in the.
Shima, you having some real bad feedback. You breaking up, and you're doing a whole lot of things.
Okay.
You breaking up and fading in and out. So we catching bits and pieces of what you're saying. Who you got, Verizon or AT&T?
I have neither. I have T-Mobile. I have T-Mobile.
We're so crazy.
Forget you then. No, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
For real though.
That's Verizon.
It's still coming in and out.
Yeah,
okay. Well, then I won't say nothing else. Y'all go ahead.
Man, it's like that's crazy.
I agree with 7 though. Like I'm loyal to myself. I'm gonna respect you, but I'm loyal to me, and what my needs are and what I want. So I expect you to be loyal to yourself, but we can show each other respect. So yeah.
Let me say this, Shima. We hear you. You're just kind of breaking up a little bit, and we just kind of missing each other. So I don't want you to just go silent, but it seemed like there's a little bit of delay in there. Okay, but we
okay.
Get you. Okay. All right. Go ahead now. I didn't put. Were we through with that or?
Hey, yo, I want to tell you one more thing. I just want, because I didn't know if anybody else wanted to talk. So listen, right? So when she brought up the whole 2000s thing, right? When it comes to that, it kind of blew my mind and it made me think. Think about the type of TV shows we grew up on, man. And then you think about when reality TV and all that shit started kicking in, right? And what kids was watching and why they grew up in the 2000s. TV was a lot different. When we were shorties, the reason why we valued our things, and the reason why I'm bringing up TV is because TV is a very big dynamic in a lot of people's lives, right? It's programmed a lot of our generation and the generations after us. Even when you think about like Sesame Street like that, this shit has programmed motherfuckers heavy. So when we was growing up, we had shit like the fucking Cosby Show and Growing Pains, and everything was about family. So motherfuckers value things. They had different types of loyalty to different type of things because this is what we was watching on TV, right? So in the 2000s, you started getting shit like MTV. What the fuck was that shit called? Real TV?
Real World.
Real World, right? You start getting shit like that, and you start getting all these dumbass reality show Jackass, and you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, people have been programmed, and they don't even realize.
You have the Bad Girls Club and all that different stuff.
Yep.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. I was just agreeing, but I totally agree with what you're saying.
Go ahead, Nikki.
I was just reiterating, piggybacking off of him. I totally agree with what he's saying because he brought up the Cosby Show, and it's crazy. I get emotional when I think about the Cosby Show because I'm gonna be honest. Like as a kid, I hated my life. Hell, I was suicidal, just being real. And it's like when I used to watch the Cosby Show, it was like an escape from my reality. I have a lot of black art and stuff in my house today because of the Cosby Show. I love jazz because of the Cosby Show. I remember Bill Cosby would have people like he had Ella Fitzgerald on there one time. He had Nina Horn on there, and I would see that. And people might have the negative things they want to say about Bill Cosby. That's on them. But Bill Cosby has had such an impact on my life. I'm telling you, A Different World, all those things. I mean, I've got my kids, two of my children live in New York. I go to New York and I just like look at the brownstones and I'm in awe. And I feel all of that is because of the Cosby Show. And like you said, now you have real world. Hell, my daughter the other day was watching Baddies. That's the most hood rat, ghetto, wretched, belittling, niggerish shit I've ever seen in my life. And she enjoys it, and it pisses me off.
What is that called?
Bad Girls. I think it's Bad Girls Club or some stuff.
Yeah.
Let me.
It's horrible. It's belittling. And her and her friends sit around and they have little parties and sit down and eat and laugh and watch it together. And social media doesn't help. People see fights and instead of blocking the fight, they record it and then they share it. How ignorant is that?
That's reality TV for real.
Let me
but it's pure ignorance. But then we talk about what people are doing to us, but we don't talk about what we're doing to ourselves. Stop belittling your damn self.
Already. So let me say this right quick. First, I want to shout out to all our guests that's watching right now, all the viewers that's watching right now. We appreciate y'all. We see Creed, we see PM, and also thank y'all for watching, Davis. But I got two things. Well, PM, that's cold right there. Y'all see what PM said about citizenship. But let me ask y'all this right here. So this is what, if men are scrubs, what are women?
Well, I don't feel like men are scrubs. Hell, I have a good man. Like, not my man's shit. So, but
Gold diggers. Gold diggers.
You say men are gold diggers?
Gold diggers.
Women are gold diggers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Well, tell me, what do you mean gold diggers? Give me a little bit more.
We don't want no scrubs because we want money. So we focus on money. So if you fall under that category where you're calling men scrubs, then more than likely you're a gold digger. So that's just what it is.
All right. Let's see what.
And I did a whole video about gold diggers, have the signs and symptoms of gold diggers. You can find that video on my YouTube channel. Help me out. Yeah, under gold diggers. Yeah.
Okay. We don't really have you. We see a whole bunch of movement, but somebody email Sheba some bandwidth. PM was wrong. PM, you wrong for that. Sheba, we can't make you out there. I'm sorry. All right, let me Big Pokey, did you have anything else before I move on to something? I'm looking at these comments.
So I think I'm gonna go equal opportunity on this one. If you are an adult and cannot function in society properly, you are a bum. Doesn't matter whether you have gonads or ovaries, you are a bum.
Damn. Okay. All right, that's what's up on that. Drop the mic on it.
Gonads or ovaries.
All right, well, we gonna if that's dead, we're gonna move on to our next one right here. And let me see, Miss Janet, what you and the twins got?
Twins.
We don't have anything that we want to discuss right now.
Oh, right now, so you just going with it? Okay, all right, let me see. Yeah. Miss Shima, I know you told me you had something.
Well, yeah, I just want to say, I be feeling some kind of way when I see really astute, studious black men with other race women, and, that's locking it in because black men belong to black women, and yes, we own y'all. And so, yeah, we be feeling some kind of way, and I know society, has, but when you watch all the police brutality, the things we going through, even Ibrahim Traoré in Africa, watching him and how he's putting the colonializers out of the country of Africa, all these things. And then when I see one of our fine, especially when it's a fine black man with a white girl or somebody else, and I'll be like, where your mama at?
Right.
But okay. I be feeling some kind of way, and I don't know. I know black men feel like, well, if I find love with whoever, then it's all good. But from a really historical black woman perspective, your seed belongs to us. That's our seed. And I don't feel black men value their seed enough. They don't understand the seed that they carry when they giving it away. instead of, taking that seed and planting it back into our own community. And I'm not trying to be racist or nothing, but I am an African American woman, and I do feel some kind of way when I see my men, our men, and taking care of somebody else's household or somebody else's culture or somebody else whatever. Like, hello.
Okay. Let's see what Miss Nikia's got on. Damn. I'm gonna get it right before it's over. I'm sorry, Nika. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get it right, Nika. All right, go ahead. What you got?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with interracial dating. I think that I'm not going to, because it goes back to again with the loyalty thing. We're not property. So whoever you fall in love with is who you fall in love with. And I do understand. I know I'm gonna probably get smacked for this, but it is what it is. I understand sometimes a black woman could be a lot to deal with. Shit. So I get it sometimes. I'm gonna be honest. So it is what it is. So if you find your peace in a white woman, go where you find your peace. Now, I don't think that you should just focus on a particular race, because with doing that, then that's a problem with self. You're not happy to me with who you are as an individual, your mom, whatever. It goes deeper than that. But if you my daughter's dating a white guy, and I'm totally here for it. But whatever you find, whatever you're happy with, I support that, because I have a black husband and I've been blessed, but a lot of the things that have happened to me, some of my trauma has been from black people. So why would I just focus on solely black people when I can just outsource myself and find love wherever my happiness is? So no, with all due respect, Shima, I totally disagree.
All right. Seven.
Oh yeah, no problem. Like I said, I know people are like that. If you find love in another race, that's fine. And I'm not saying, because the world is not going to stop being interracial. But for the most part, when black people to come together and they really start looking at the bigger picture of things, I think, you should, we're going to feel some kind of way. Many of us are going to feel some kind of way.
All right.
But I respect your opinion. Mm-hmm.
First, I want to say the part where I agree with Shima is, hey, man, for black people to be the original people of this land and us to only be 13% of these motherfuckers on this land, we need to make more black people, bro, for real. You know what I mean? We need to.
They've been killing us off.
And
they've been killing us off.
Man, I feel like, man, we really gotta add to our numbers, man, because like it's getting crazy out here, man. Our children are getting killed so fast. Our brothers are getting incarcerated so quick. But
so I told you that man found that white cop and ran his ass over. We ain't waiting for the justice system no more. We're not waiting on you to tell us, and we gotta watch him walk off and have more. We ain't doing that no more. We ain't doing that no more. That ain't what this is.
Shima, hold up. You gotta let him finish. And then you can come in.
I'm sorry.
Man, personally, I feel like people can be whoever they want to be with. But I think there's really like a good point to bring up would be the whole scrubs thing, right? Like people calling men bums and scrubs. You don't really see no other race of women calling their men that or downing their men, like black women down black men. And also, it's really interesting when black women, like I know a lot of black women who talk like Shima talk, right? But then they say they don't want no man who ain't got nothing. They call him a bum. But when you look at other races of women, they're willing to take these men where they're at. Like if you look at a lot of these successful black men in Hollywood, right? Some of these guys are great producers. I think Peel or whatever his name is, he made the Get Out movies and shit, right? His wife is white. The dude who made the Black Panther movies, who just made Sinners, his wife is white. A lot of these guys were saying that they met their white girlfriends when they was in college. They ain't had nothing, and they helped them get to where they at. You know what I'm saying? You don't really hear a lot of stories where it come to black women. And I'm not saying black women don't do this, because I know some women who have.
That's true though.
But it's
that's true though.
As a whole, like it's frowned upon. Like if you talk to any black woman, a black woman be like, I don't want to date no nigga who work at McDonald's. It don't even matter if the nigga own McDonald's or he's a manager. Just the fact that he's associated with McDonald's, a lot of women are frowned upon that shit. You know what I'm saying? Unless he's driving like a Maybach or some shit like that. Like people have these connotations in their brain where it's just like they don't even think straight. They don't even understand. You know what I'm saying? Like anything. It's just like they've been programmed to believe. I don't even know what the fuck they believe, because I don't even be thinking like people. But it's just nuts, because when you look at a lot of the women, they be like, I don't want to date down. But then you'll see some white women, some fucking Filipino women, they don't give a fuck about dating now because they look at the potential of the man. You know what I'm saying? They know that a woman is a multiplier. So when a woman gets on a man, she's gonna multiply whatever he is because that's what you all do. We put something inside of you, y'all multiply it and grow it. Y'all are multipliers.
That's
Y'all make
right.
things in abundance.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
but that
That's right.
also falls back on Black women because we have to do better as mothers. Like, what are we teaching our daughters? What are we teaching them as
Fact.
far as values and what type of men they should be with? And we shouldn't be pushing, oh, well, make sure he has this or make no, like, love who you love, and you guys can build each other up together. Um, so sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but
No, that's
yeah,
true though.
it says Black mothers, we're failing our daughters. So you always see it's always the mom, the auntie, the grandma talking about, oh, F him, leave him, he this, that, and that. No, like, why are we not instilling in our daughters like to
Yeah.
value their men, to stick it out, to like preserve their families, help their man grow. Like, so we have to do better as
Some
mothers.
people do.
Okay.
Some
Let's see
people
what
do. Most of us don't, but some people do because I'm not, and I raise my kids that way. Even when my boys deal with females, I'm all about mindset and personal development. So of course my kids are that way. So I look at a person not just their potential, but their drive, their aspiration. If you have drive and you have aspiration, and the only thing you lacking is maybe understanding some resources or some knowledge, things that I carry that I know I can give to you to boost you, I'll do that. And my kids look at people the same way. What do you have upstairs in your head? What's in your heart? Are you real about this? Or are you faking phony? Or are you gonna be playing around and taking your time about this? So it's all about your mindset when you're dealing with these men and people. What is your aspiration? What's your drive? What's your hunger? Do you have hunger?
Let's see
Then I know if you working at McDonald's, if I really want to mess with you or not.
All right, let's hear what Big Pokey. Big Pokey, what's up?
Thank you kindly. So first off, Nika, I want to acknowledge you keeping that same energy. That's something I can appreciate is when somebody keeps the same energy when the subjects change. I like that. Now, Seven had brought up Peel. Um, that dude growing up was probably rejected by the majority of Black women he hasn't even thought about trying to talk to. Same thing with your Childish Gambino.
Yep.
Dude, wealthy is all outdoors now, but while he was growing up, he did not have the juice that most of us required to deal with our women. That is something that we cannot change. If you either going to concentrate on having the juice, or you're going to concentrate on being a producer or your career. There's not a good mix of that. And unless that gets addressed, you're going to see those types continue to go elsewhere because the first women that usually show them real interest and sincerity do not mind that they have no juice.
Damn. All right. Anybody got a comment on that? But first, let me say, let me go right here. PM was saying she's claiming semen. That's crazy. So she said that semen is ours. You just can't be giving it away to any damn body like that. So everybody,
No.
y'all ought to be able to see the comments as I can. I've been posting some on the screen. So anyone has anything else on that?
Yeah, so I just want to say as well, so coming, like I said, my mother's not Black, my mother's white. And I don't have a problem with interracial relationships. Like, I'm perfectly fine with it. It doesn't bother me. What bothers me is when something goes wrong and then they're looking to us as Black women to advocate or save them. Um, like Jonathan Majors. Like, y- you chose that. Now, when it goes wrong, then you're looking for us to advocate. I'm a true believer in if your queen does not match your skin tone, she doesn't know your day-to-day struggles, and she's never going to understand that. So no matter how much love you guys have for each other, there's a lot of things that she's not going to be able to support you or understand because she's not going through the same struggles as you. So um, don't come over here looking for us to advocate or help you out of a situation when that's what you chose.
I believe someone said, and I
Oh,
don't
you
know
mean
who
like
said,
Shannon Sharp? You mean like Shannon Sharp? Now, Shannon Sharp, what they said, yeah, you know he should have been with that white girl. You heard what Monique said. He just should have been that young white girl. Boy, get you a fat girl with some pies, rub your feet at night, put you to bed.
all right.
Yeah.
So someone said, and I don't remember who, someone said loyalty is overrated. I don't remember who said that. Okay. Okay.
It was me.
And I feel the same way about the word love, because people use the word "I love you," guys, and you say they know that that woman is emotional and she liking the word love. He'll tell you he love you just to get the pussy. He'll use the word love. It has no meaning. In Big Pokey, I think you got something different.
But it's
Right.
a verb. It's more than a word. It's a verb. Love is an action. So if
It's
you're gonna just listen to what he says, silly of you. You need to be more mindful. Love is an action. Love is a verb. So you can tell me you love me all day, but I need to see that thing in motion. So with you telling me, that means absolutely nothing to me. So I think love is very important. I think love is very powerful. I love love.
And I was going to say some of that, but thank you for jumping in there with the action part of it. I feel the energy and all that, So I forgot what the hell else I was going to say about that.
I apologize.
But everyone, as the action part of it, I had somewhere I was going with it, but I still think, and it's just me, that if you're not showing no action, you just using the word, it don't mean shit. But that's just me, So I know you're saying it's an action, and, but I know guys will
a
say
choice.
that love is a choice. Okay.
It's a choice because especially when it comes to men, what I have found when it comes to men, because for me, men don't fall in love easily. They don't love easily. They don't give their money easily. They don't, pour into a woman easily. So when they decide, it is truly, I feel like a choice because women have a hard time with men. Oh, he don't call me like he should. He don't answer, respond to me like he should. He take me out, but there's a fine line there. So it's a choice. When you choose to love somebody, you're choosing to say, I'm gonna, roll with you in loyalty. I'm gonna roll with you through your ups and your downs. I'm choosing to love you, and that means I'm choosing to be there. But men don't have to choose that. Men, they drop a baby on you and disappear. They really don't have to be there. They prove that point. But when they choose, that's a choice for them to love you and for them to be there and to stay there.
All right. Who got something on that right there? Love is the choice.
Hey, I want to say, Naika. Hey, I don't know if y'all know who this actress is, but these the type of vibes she giving, bro. You know who this is?
Viola Davis.
Bro, you look just like her to me. That shit crazy.
Oh no, I don't. Oh, yeah, you
And I
definitely
love
see me.
her.
I don't look anything like her, but I may be on the camera.
Yeah, she giving them type of vibes too, man.
But no, I think she's such a strong, beautiful. I think she's a very strong woman. I love Viola Davis, but no, I don't feel like
I love Viola Davis.
So I think that's a compliment. So I'll say thank you.
No, it is.
Oh, it's a compliment. It's a compliment.
let me ask PM. PM, what are you talking about? Janice taking 3 on the
You
day.
can. Yes, you can. Me and the girls. Yes, anytime you let me know.
Oh my god.
All right. Hey, I had something else, but anybody got anything else? Let me see.
Hey, let me just kind of say this real quick.
Yeah,
Back on that topic what we were talking about, right?
Okay.
You don't often hear people really asking people what their passion is, right? And this is why I have my clothing brand and shit is called After Real Truth, because I feel like people have their truth in their life and their truth is their passion. So I usually ask people when I meet them, what is their passion and what is their truth in life, right? But it's very rare in our community. Like, let's say your daughter got a boy she dating, right? And the boy come over the house, and typically the father be like, well, what's your 5-year plan? You don't never hear a motherfucker ask them, what's your passion in life? You'll find so much more out about a person when you understand what they're passionate about in life, right? We don't ask children this, especially the ones that's involved with our children, and we don't teach our children to prioritize that. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times, it's a lot of household young girls are aimed to date boys who are athletes. They're not pushed to date boys who are deemed as nerds. You know what I'm saying? Or who are intelligent in any kind of way, because it really don't take that much intelligence to throw a ball. You know what I'm saying? But there is a lot of math and shit involved in it if you think about it that way, but people don't think about it that way at all, right? So we don't really push our youth to think about passion and stuff like that. And I think that we're really doing a big disservice to them because it's not helping them find out who they are. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you just think that your child is just about sports. Like, I know some people, man, they be like, man, my son is amazing in football. Yeah, but that nigga's an amazing poet. Like, this motherfucker is crazy with the wordplay, man. They don't even like push that shit, especially down here in Texas. Motherfuckers just be on like, man, sports. Like, bro, what if your child tear ACL or some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't even think like that, and it's weird. We really should be pushing our kids to understand more passionate things about each other and understand their truths so that they can understand how to network spiritually with each other.
I think that kind of goes back to what I was saying. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I like what you said, and that's exactly what I'm all about. And if you read my book, What Future Me Told Past Me, it has work pages in it, and it will walk you through childhood trauma. It will walk you through mental roadblocks to help you get unstuck so you can live a more productive life. So even watching on my Help Me Out YouTube channel, I even talk to some of the parents sometimes about how to raise your children. And like we talked last time, single women, how do you raise men? How do you raise boys? You know, I walk through all of that. You know, so I'm all about that. So if you need life coaching for you or your teens on that, reach out to me on Help Me Out. Go to my website, futuremepro.com, and contact me to set up some coaching services to find out your skills and talents and move forward with your life.
All right, that's what's up. Okay, what are you going to say?
Oh, were you talking to me, Paul? I'm sorry.
Yes,
I know, I totally agree with what Seven's saying. And to me, it goes back to what I was saying initially about how we've been conditioned. We've been trained to eat meat. We've never been told, so do you like meat? What's your passion? What do you want to do? And then it also goes with, I'm reading some of the things that people are saying in reference to the comments. And I'm seeing some really cool things that are being said by different people. And one of the things I was wishing I could hit like on them. Obviously I can't, I'm new to this. But anyways, moving right along. Lucretia Jackson had even spoke up. I think she said something about some people, talk to respond, but they're not listening.
Yeah.
So I think everything that we're talking about plays a big part in that as well. So everybody's quick to respond. Everybody's quick to say, this is how I feel, but no one's really listening and comprehending what the other person is saying. So I think all of that has to do with what we're talking about as well. And Lucretia brought that up. I don't think she's on here anymore, but she brought that up. And I don't know, I just think it's some really good comments that are being said over here when I'm looking on this side.
I appreciate you checking out the comments. That's why I kind of hesitate and lose thought, because I'm over in the comments and I'm sharing them on screen and reading the comments also. But let me just put it in reverse for a second. So some of you may watch the draft sports, or, the NFL, NBA, or whatever, and some of you may not. I don't know. But when we was talking about racial, it wasn't racial. It was shit. I didn't write it down.
Interracial dating.
Black men belong to black men belong to black women. So in the draft,
y'all do. Every last one of you. You do, Paul belong to me.
Hold up. Sheba, hold up. We can't talk all at one time. Hold up. Let me finish before I
I gotta bet all y'all women.
Hold up. You breaking up and everything. So hold up. Let me finish this. Damn, I almost forgot what I was going to say. So you have the draft taking place, and then you see, I'm asking you black women, women of color. How do you feel that when you see that black athlete up there and he has that white woman on his arm? I mean, do you feel like people say some kind of way, or it doesn't bother you at all? So with that, let me come to Janice first.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Like I said, I feel like anyone can date whoever they want to date. Just don't you have to date people with the understanding that they're not always going to relate, right? So right now, there is a white cop that I am talking to. Now I know
Oh,
if things become serious between us, I can't come home after I got pulled over and I felt like it was only because I was black and expect him to relate to that or understand how I'm feeling because he's never going to know that feeling. So there you have to understand when you date outside of your race, there's there are certain things that other person is never going to be able to support you through and give you the support that you need for certain things. So that's just what comes with it.
okay. All right. What's up? All right. What you got right there? What you think about it? The-
I'm happy, so why would I impact anyone else's happiness? I'm happy, so I want everybody around me to be happy. I think that so many people are miserable because they else what everyone else is doing. My home is good, so if you're happy, I want everybody. Everybody should be entitled to that same
Okay.
happiness.
That's what's up.
And sometimes if that their peace is with that white girl, let them go where their peace is because peace is hard to find. And most people when you die, you're going to die alone. So I don't give a shit what the motherfucker on the internet is caring about what I should
Oh,
be with because I need to know who's going to be there for me when somebody needs to wipe my
right.
ass.
Gotcha.
That's true.
All right. Come on. What you
Yeah.
got, Shima? And then we're gonna hit the guys up and go to
Well,
the next topic.
no, it didn't bother me to see that. It don't bother me to see that all the time. It's not like that. But I can say this too. I know I mentioned, how many black women feel about that, but I didn't say anything about black men feeling and not feeling that way because I can tell you, I've been out in public with a man that was not black, color of African American, and I'm a beautiful looking woman. And I feel like when I walk in a place with, say, if it was a Hispanic man or even a white man, oh, the brothers be looking, baby. They be looking, and I don't feel like they just looking at me because I'm fine. They looking like, what is he doing with her? I
Okay.
could be wrong, but I love feedback on that from the fellas.
All right. Let me see what Big Pokey got at 7, and then we're gonna move on to the next topic. Big Pokey, what
Oh,
you got? We didn't cover a lot of shit, so just get in wherever you want to.
for sure. I want to back up to where you were saying love is overrated. Um, I think that in today's culture, the word love has been so misused, kind of like the word trauma. So
Mm.
if we're talking, because I'm assuming we're talking about build relationships that are for building, especially since we're talking about focusing on black men and black women. To me, the love should be the duty to create better communities. And what I mean by that is that you're gonna fall out of love if you're married. It's gonna happen, especially if you've been there for 15, 20 years. But you should still have a duty to act in love because of that covenant. You still have a family that you're responsible for, and that's on both ends. You still have responsibilities, whether you're happily in love or not. Outside of abuse, abandonment, or adultery, everything should be worked on. It's not, oh, I don't feel like it today. Like if everybody acted like, well, maybe everybody feels like we're acting like that. If I don't feel love, then it's nothing. I think that's the biggest issue that I'm hearing when we're talking about love being overrated or love who you want to love. If if we're trying to be a community, then we need to love being the community.
Okay. Boom. Who got something on that? Nobody?
I agree with what he was saying in reference to it was one part you said, Pokey, that I really liked. I don't necessarily agree with all of it, but it was one part you really said that I really liked when you said, oh gosh, I forgot. At the beginning, I think you said something like you said love is not overrated, but using the word love is overrated. Is that what you said, Pokey? I like that. I like that a lot. So I would definitely have to agree with that. Using the word love, people just let it flow out. It's just so easy to say, and no one really commits to it.
Hold up a second. Oh, I'm
Well,
sorry.
because people don't know.
No, go ahead, Paul. Please go ahead.
Hold up. Yeah, I just have to say this. That's where I was going, but I said the word love, and then I hit your nerve, and then shit, I forgot every damn thing I was gonna say. You say the love, it's a verb. It's a goddamn verb, which shit. And I'm like, well, shit, I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say then. But I said the word love. But man, that you agree with him on that. But let me go back so Pokey can finish what he was saying. But I just had to say that because it was funny as hell.
I can dig it. And the other part is that when it comes to those interpersonal relationships, Seven had brought it up about asking about your passion. Now, I want to make sure we're still talking about man and woman relationships, not necessarily family and friends relationships, because that can be a whole nother ball of wax to unpack. But when we're talking about man and woman coming together, it should be love is a part of it, but that is not the focus. The focus is the duty of what a couple, as a married couple, is supposed to be, because that's how you build neighborhoods, and those good neighborhoods are how you build great communities.
Okay. Before we see who's going to go next, thank Law 7. For the viewers that's out there watching, if you hadn't subscribed to my podcast, I appreciate it. It's strolling across the bottom, Wizzo Talk 8972, or you'll see the link in the description. And always remember, it's free, 100% free to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Just because you don't watch it, somebody else might watch it. I share a whole lot of shit. So it's free to share. I had to run my little commercial. So who had anything else to say on that love? Anybody? Nobody? Okay, well.
May I ask Pokey a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Pokey, I heard you say something like you were speaking about marriage, and you were like, people fall out of love, and you were saying something like everyone falls out of love like after 15 years. You really does everyone feel that way?
So when I'm saying about falling out of love, let me make sure I'm clear on that. That butterfly feeling that you get, especially during the beginning of the relationship, that is going to fade.
I've been with my husband 23 years, and I have more of a butterfly effect now than I had when I first met him. That would make you the exception
to the rule.
Well, I'm gonna say this also too. Shit, and I know she watching right now, but hell, I done been with my fiance about like 12 years or whatever, and hell, we steady growing and steady finding and steady experimenting. So, I mean, I feel about the same way, but if we both get on some liquor, then it's a whole lot of different story. But that's that's something different. But anyway, so I'm just saying I'm kind of feeling the same. I think if you feel it starting to fade, then each one of you have to put some more off into it and steady find one another. You can't be boring. You gotta live and grow together. I don't think everyone should have everything in common. I think, go ahead. Somebody
that's what he meant when he said then your duty kicks in.
Okay.
Like, so if that love starts to fade, then you have a duty to maintain that. So is it there? Do you still want to do it? So I think that's what he was trying to say.
Okay, gotcha. I was going to kind of say something like that. Anybody got else? Let me see a Big Pokey. Big Pokey, go ahead. I see you shaking your head.
Oh, she got it. She nailed it. Yeah,
Okay.
She nailed it. Like I was going to say it. That's when the duty comes in.
Right.
It's not. I'm unhappy. Well, your duty is to work on it. Again,
Okay,
outside of those 3 cardinal rules, your duty is to work on it.
Okay, we got some.
I don't want someone to be with me out of duty, though.
But
I'd rather
marriage,
you leave.
but if
I'm
you're
not a
getting
damn
married,
job.
the covenant that you get into when you're getting married is part and parcel about your duty.
And that's why
Okay,
I
that
would never
makes
get
sense.
married because I'm way too immature and shallow. Ain't no duty finna kick in. I'm out of here.
At least you're honest.
So you know what? I guess Pokey, I guess I agree. I guess just the word duty is what just made me. I was like, duty, like, oh, that sounds so like but I mean what you said was true, but it's like when you hear like duty, it's like, damn, I don't want to be nobody's duty.
But
You know?
when you do that, when you go before the Creator with that covenant, that's what you're saying.
Right. Let me see. We got y'all. Like I said again, everyone, y'all can check out the comments because there's some really good comments over in there. So y'all check them out when you get a chance. I'll post them on the screen accordingly. Big Pokey, what were you gonna say? I just had to get that in right there.
No, that was it. I got it out that you're signing up for that duty.
Right. Okay. I think sometimes we can have a trouble with the word too that may be used in that, with whatever. But like duty, I want the he can get the fuck out. I don't know damn duty. It's about duty shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. No damn duty. But he might not mean it that way, but we just hear that word and it hit that button and we be like, fuck that. So, all right, let me ask this. Okay, so I just want to know at what age do we start having that conversation with our kids about, are you gay? You can't be taking nude pictures. Don't eat all pussy. Don't suck all dick. I want to know at what age, because some of us hasn't been taught that. We just know that we found out about the pussy and we put our dick in there. So no one's taught us about sex. I talked with a lady at work that told me she knew her son was gay when he was about like 8 or 9 years old. So she wound up leaving. So I never did get to finish the conversation with her. Did she address that? So I'm just asking you. So at what age do we start having that conversation with the kids, our kids or whatever? And anyone can go, just let me know who wants to say.
I got a short one for that.
Okay.
When they start smelling themselves.
Okay.
Literally.
Okay.
Yeah. When they start smelling themselves, that's when you start to have that conversation.
So how do we know when that is? They're not coming to us, they're not telling us. So how do we know when they smelling themselves? By them asking you a question about it or something, or how do we know?
When they start caring about soap.
Okay.
Yeah, most children don't care about soap.
Okay. 7, what were you going to say?
I was just watching Janice move, shake back and forth. My bad. Hey, bro, I feel like, bro, on everything I love, I feel like this episode of Willow Talk, it's like I feel like Janice is making me feel like I got 3D glasses on. I'm trying to focus.
Hey, Janice got on you the last time when we was having a conversation. She was saying something about you, but I don't remember. So,
on everything, for real, for some real shit though.
Okay.
What my man Big Poke saying is right though. Hey man, as soon as they start hitting puberty, bro, you gotta talk to them about this shit because we live in a crazy world and there's all type of motherfucking diseases. It's all type of shit out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we live in a world where you can get HPV just by shaking a nigga hand. You feel me? So you really gotta teach your kids, man, and you need to start talking to them about all that shit immediately. But the funny thing is, like that lady said, hey man, sometimes you could tell when your kid is gay. I think we all was young in elementary school. We knew that one student who was gay, that they didn't even know they was gay yet. It was this when I was in elementary school, there's this one dude we used to always call him a faggot, bro. We used to just clown his ass. He'd be mad. But he talked some good shit, but he was always hanging with the girls. And he didn't even know he was gay, bro. And now I see him on Facebook, he out there. It's with him and his boyfriend. They be at the pride parade, and I'd be like, man, everybody knew but this nigga, man. How? We all knew he white pee-pees in his mouth. Man, how this nigga didn't know back then? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird, but we all know people like that. And I'm joking about it. You know what I'm saying? And I really don't care what people's sexual orientation is. Like, I don't feel like they should be pushing sexual orientation on young children because they need to find themselves in the sexual orientation is all about sex. So it's like you can't be pushing that on those shorties. But when they become of age, man, just talk to them, man. Like people be so weird about talking to their kids about that shit, and it's crazy because it's like, bro, your kids talking to other kids about that shit at school for sure. You need to be in their motherfucking head before another kid is in their damn head, and you don't ever know what somebody else is telling them. It could be other adults telling them some weird shit. So I say, man, as soon as they hit puberty, and I honestly feel like people act awkward, like they don't know when that is. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't wait till my daughter's on her period to start talking to her about that shit. You know when it's coming up. Just like men know when boys are motherfucking in there. You know when your son at the age where he jerking off, dog. Talk to this nigga, man. Stop being weird. Like, parents just be so fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
When you're still doing their laundry and you're trying to figure out why all their socks are stiff.
Who the fuck jerks off in a sock? I never seen that shit ever.
I've only seen that.
A lot of boys do that. Very common.
That shit.
Yeah, that's very common.
Now.
Either a sock or in the shower. A lot of girls do it in the shower too.
I was going in there collecting laundry, and I'm like,
guilty.
Like, why are all your socks stiff? I hope that you are not jacking off in your socks, and you got me coming in here collecting your laundry.
So, athlete foot on their penis. That's crazy.
Okay, so, let me say this. Let me say. Okay, go. You were supposed to say something again.
No, only thing I would say, I don't think there's really an age to talk to them because I was molested, and I was molested before puberty. I talked to my girls early on. So this is my second marriage. So what I did with my first marriage, and then when I got a divorce, like, I guess, I don't want to say I was paranoid, or maybe I was, but if my kids would spend the night at somebody's house, I would have a conversation. Did anyone touch you? Did anyone, so what happened? Where did you sleep? This is, and I don't believe in calling it's your vagina. It's not this is your vagina. If someone touches your vagina, you need to let me know. This is your private space. And then everybody acts so cringy when it comes to sex. We're all here because of sex. I mean, one thing that we all have in common, everybody in the world has in common, regardless of how you feel rich or poor or white or black, we are here based upon unprotected sex. So once we realize that, it becomes, it doesn't become such a taboo. And sex is meant to be enjoyed. So yeah, it's not a big deal with me. As far as asking my kids if they were gay, I've asked them all the time. I'm going to be honest. I know it might sound, when my daughter had a huge, all of a sudden, I just kept saying, hey, are you gay? And she's like, ew, what are you talking about, Mom? I said, no, it's not you. Hell, I want to know. But come to find out she's not gay. But she's 30 years old, so I know, but she had a huge interest in basketball. So hell, I wanted to know it. So I just asked her flat out, are you gay?
And so I think that that's two different conversations though, right? So making your children feel comfortable and letting them know no one's supposed to be touching them, and but then there's a whole nother conversation as far as sex. Like, are you having sex? Like, so it's two different conversations. One you want to do when they're young, and then the other one, I agree with everyone else, and I think once they hit puberty is the right time for that.
Or puberty. I do understand what you're saying. I have that touching conversation, but I do the other one before puberty. Wait until like your period hits, and yeah, I just kind of talk about it early on, especially with me being a foster parent. I do talk about it early on. I'd rather you talk about it with me than to talk about it on the streets, or for you to be on the internet, or someone who can't fully educate you. Now, once you hit puberty is when I provide you with condoms and when I provide you with birth control for the girls. But I believe that, because at this age, you're starting to look at stuff in 5th and 6th grade. At 5th and 6th grade, I think is when you should start having a conversation.
Right.
Because that's when they're starting to like boys and girls, and that's when they become curious. Hell, some boys can't even get a little erection, but they want to take the little stuff and hump it against people. I used to dry hump as a kid. Hell, most people have. And a boy can't even get an erection. So we need to talk about that before you can actually make the baby.
And just to say, when you were saying that we all got here about sex, I had a pigeon deliver me shit. I was delivered by a damn bird. So ain't no damn, my parents didn't have no damn sex. I'm just saying.
But all except you, I apologize. They're calling you Pigeon Paul.
Pigeon Paul.
But just to touch 7, I don't know if you remember, but Melvin was on the show, and I don't know how it came up, but he was saying that how men are flushing babies down the shower, from them jacking off in the shower and stuff like that. So that was something that he said, and putting them in towels and putting them in socks and shit like that. So that was something that he did come up with back then. I kind of remember that. So I know. So we before puberty, then we're talking about when they start smelling themselves and feeling soap or whatever. So okay, that's just something that I had to bring up. 7, you got something you want to throw out there?
I'm just going with the flow, man. You come back to me.
Okay. And again, guys, we're going to probably be on about maybe another 30, 45 minutes. So if anyone has to go, make sure you let me know so we can let you have some closing comments or anything like that. And Janice, did we leave you?
No, I'm still here.
Something different about her camera. I don't know what it is, man.
All right. So
this is... I went ahead and fixed it so the girls wouldn't be distracting you.
Okay, so this is something else that I want to ask. And if
no more Titty Tuesday, damn it.
Damn, y'all off the chain. So if anyone else has another topic, y'all just let me know. And you also have the private chat. So if you need to send me a message, you can send me a message. You should be able to see it on your screen if you have something to say to me. But I want to ask you.
Do you see that one question, that one comment? It says, if you teach your kids to have self-respect and respect for others at an early age, then their sexuality should manage itself, and they'll know they can come to you and they'll know to come to you if advice is needed.
I had that up on the screen a while ago. So yes, I did see that. Yes. You like to address that or comment to it or something?
That's solid.
Yeah, I think that would be a good topic.
Okay. You won't.
But I see you do have it on the screen. Great minds think alike. I saw it.
Right, that's okay. I'll put them up sometime. That's why sometimes I'm a little bit delayed because I'm always reading the comments and then I'm sharing them on the screen also as many as I can. So sometimes seem like I'm not here, but I'm here. But that can be a topic. But so if you can go ahead and was that Led Zepp 331? I think he said he was watching out of the U.S. So I'm not sure where you're watching from. I saw something like that. But if anyone like to address that comment.
Well, the only thing that I was curious about, I agree, but then I'm curious. I don't want to say I disagree. I guess I'm not understanding the part when it says then their sexuality should manage itself. Like, how do you manage? I don't know. Because to me, a sexual desire doesn't mean you don't necessarily have self-respect.
Right. Like
because sex is a desire, it's something that you feel, but it doesn't mean that you don't have self-respect. It just means that you have sexual desire.
7, what you say?
He said eat the groceries.
I said right, like eating booty. Well, listen, man, you don't respect yourself. You eating some booty, man. That's how I feel.
Okay.
If you were married, you wouldn't eat booty.
And do it, some doodle come out that time, huh?
What?
So are you married?
Nah,
don't knock it until you try it.
Oh no, that's the gas chamber.
Well, Big Pokey, what you got on that? Are you going to address the eating booty? Or are you talking about? Oh, I see Led Zeppelin in the UK. Appreciate you tapping in from the UK.
So, one thing Nika had brought up, what she was describing to me was more about protecting stranger danger than sexually educating your children once they become of age. Like, I agree that you should prepare your children for those types of heathens that they may encounter. But I don't think that's necessarily the same thing as educating your child on the do's and don'ts of the birds and the bees. Because...
And I do understand, maybe you didn't hear, Janice actually spoke of that as well. And I did come back and I did speak on it. I do speak on the birds and bees as well. And what I said was the birds and bees should be spoke upon before puberty. And I said, and the reason why I say that is because you're humping and you're bumping and you're getting blue balls and you're grinding before puberty even hits. So therefore, you need to have that conversation. So therefore, to me, it should be done before puberty and it might be too late. So what I'm going to do, and maybe you didn't hear it, but I said if 5th and 6th grade is when, to me, you need to have those conversations, because 5th and 6th grade is typically when you start to look at the other sex, or hell, maybe the same sex. That's when, even if maybe you can't get an erection or maybe your vagina doesn't get moist, but you're still looking, you're still curious. So at that point, to me, it's kind of like when you need to start having those conversations.
I personally feel like sometimes if you have that conversation too early, what you do is you invoke those
You
thoughts
take the
into
energy
your
away.
children.
Yeah.
So, and then now something that maybe during this part of their childhood, when they still were in that innocent version, now you have them thinking about stuff that wasn't really a thought. So I feel like for me, with my kids, that was kind of my fear. Because I'm not even gonna lie, like I think the first time I had sex was at 11. um I didn't want that for my girls, so I want to believe and keep them around Barbies and all that stuff, and I didn't want to bring up that conversation too early.
And I love that. And and maybe I didn't do it that way. I'm going to be honest, I didn't. But I guess I didn't do it that way. I think a lot of things, everything in life is cause and effect. And I didn't do it that way based upon my own experience. But I can definitely understand, yes, we do need to keep our children more protected and not expose them to things. I totally agree with that. But I did start talking to my kids about it early on, at a very early. My kids make jokes about it all the time. They were like, yeah, when we were little, our moms talked. Yeah, I was talking to them about it from like the beginning. Because I knew my sexual desires, I knew. So in the beginning, I'm coming at them like, hey, let's talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And I myself, I did the same thing. I can't remember with my oldest, but I know with my younger two, hell, I took my youngest son to the store and showed him rubbers, and then later on I got him a banana and showed him how to put that motherfucker on. They was laughing. I know he's not gonna show us how to do that. Well, hell yeah, because usually when the kid go out and they start having sex, they're not gonna tell us. They're gonna be somewhere in a car, in a field, on a field trip, spend the night at somebody's house, and if they don't know how to do it, that girl or that guy gonna show them how to do it, whether that's gonna be sucking on that thing or putting it off in that vagina. I'm gonna keep it like that.
And then at that point, it might be too late.
It might be too late at that time. So, but sometimes, our kids, my parents didn't talk to me about sex. I don't know if any one of y'all parents have talked to y'all about sex. Sometimes kids don't want to hear that. I don't want to be talking about sex. I don't want to be talking about that, or they just kind of laugh. Well, no, I'm gonna tell you, especially now too, with all of the new pictures that's floating around. Once that picture's out there on the net, once it's out there, it's out there. So we have to kind of educate them. Hey, don't be taking those selfies, nudies, and all that stuff and showing it to that guy and making a video with this guy. It was a girl at this school right around here in Central Texas that was, and I don't want to call it school, but I know for a fact that had slept with. Well, they didn't sleep with her. She did 3 guys in the restroom and was talking about it later on, and they had videoed that shit. So, we got to teach them and keep them, because once it's out there, those guys was talking about her, and she'll talk about that later when she grown. But let me say this, and I may say it wrong because I'm bad about pronouncing things, but Led Zepp, I need to get you on the podcast, so you need to, you always have a lot of good things to say, and sometimes people agree with them and sometimes they don't. So I like to get you on the podcast one time. So send me a message if you'd like to be on the show. What's up, Jason Payne? Appreciate you tapping in. And with that being said, did we have anything else that we wanted to cover before we go on to the next topic for these next 30 minutes? Everybody good? Well, ain't nobody mad but the devil. This is going to be short.
I love what Jason said.
Say again.
I love what Jason said. I couldn't agree more. Jason Payne.
Yeah. Jason's been on. I appreciate you tapping. We're looking at the comment I posted, but I haven't even read it yet. So I'm gonna ask this. This is gonna be something short. Just something I just threw out there for fun. So I'm gonna ask the ladies to finish this question, and then I'm gonna read one for the guys. So ladies, just finish this for me. Men should be more blank toward women. Men should be more what toward women? Who's first? Anybody?
Honest.
This is just for the ladies.
Honest.
Men should be more honest.
Yeah. So I think and when I say honest, I mean just about what it is that they want, like what their desires are, what they want, what the intention is. I think a lot of times they feel like they have to gas us up or lie about what they really want because they think that we're not agreeable to some of the more outlandish stuff.
Okay.
Y'all just have a problem with duty.
Uh-oh.
You know what? You know what, Pokey? We're gonna find a new word. I don't like duty.
little flashback on them, didn't?
Okay.
I'm
Well,
just saying.
Wait.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. This is the ladies. My fault.
Yeah, I
My
got one
bad.
for the guys
Excuse me.
next. Okay, Nick,
My
go
fault.
ahead.
So I would have to be 100% with Janice this time. Transparency and honesty, no matter, I'd rather you hurt me with the truth than to lie to me. I could take, because if you lie to me, then it's a whole nother talk show. But yeah, honesty and transparency is the main important thing for
All
me.
right, cool. All right, well, let me come right here and then we can kind of hit some comments on that. Big Pokey, I think you froze on us, but let me ask you this for the guys.
Yeah, it looks like it's frozen. Let me see. Let's try this again.
And duty, and then it froze.
Still
It
nothing.
broke again.
Do we need to
Oh,
send you
man.
some bandwidth? So let me ask my question while you get ready. I just start with 7, and
All right.
while you get ready, and then we can still hear you, but I'm gonna let you do what you do, and then I'm gonna come to 7. So, guys, just finish this. I wish women would what? It's just a little quick when I just thought of.
I wish that women would understand their roles in the world,
Shit.
not just relationships. You know what I mean? Because honestly, they are God, bro. Like women are everything. They're the first teachers, the first lovers, the first everything. So it's like, man, you know, I really don't think that women understand their power anymore because they've been taught that way. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Let me see what Big Pokey, see if he got what you got. Go
So,
ahead.
what was it? Let me hear it exactly again.
I wish women would what?
I
That's
wish
all it is to it.
women. I wish women would care more about themselves.
Oh, damn.
And I'm sure I need to elaborate on that.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is how 7 kind of brought it up is that it starts with them. Like let's be crass with men. Men's #1 goal generally is sex.
Yeah.
Unless we are breaking the law, we need permission. With that in mind, I wish the permission givers would be more strict.
What?
Damn. I wasn't expecting that. You
I
wish
could come from though.
permission givers would be more strict. So
Yes, I wish the permission givers would be more strict.
Okay.
They out here giving us to the retarded motherfuckers for real.
But did you see what Pokey, that was deep.
Yeah.
But did you see what Jason Payne said too? And it was funny that he said that because I was going to speak on that earlier. I think too, a lot of women say what they want and what they require. However, they can't even give a man that. So how can you expect or require something from a man that you can't?
Man, that's not something Jason say too, man. Wise, real wise.
Yeah. Jason's been on several times. I was just reading that a while ago, but I didn't finish because I was putting something else on somebody else on the screen.
But and I guess that kind of goes back to what Pokey said too. Pokey, that's deep. Like that's a whole nother talk show. That even made me forgive you for the whole duty thing. So Pokey, do you feel like Pokey? Let me ask you a question: can a woman have sex too early with a man?
Yes. Because
So if we meet now, and I'm not trying to come on to you, I'm happily married. I'm just giving an example, and I respect your marriage, whatever. But you and I meet. This is just hypothetically speaking. You and I meet. The vibe is good. We had a good time. We went on a date, and we're sexually attracted to each other. So a woman is wrong to have sex on the first night.
So if we, and this is going back to the beginning of the topic, if we are talking about community building and strong relationships, hell yeah, that's a problem.
Okay, so that confused me as well. What does the community have to do with it? I'm saying maybe I don't what does the community have to do with the relation? Like, can you
Sure,
explain? I feel
sure,
ignorant in reference
because
to that.
it starts like each family, each family is where you start. The nuclear family is where you start. That, for instance, you and I, if we are the goal, if we are to get together, the goal should be to have a successful family. You should be able to look at me like I'm going to take care of the things that I need to take care of, and I should be able to look at you like you're going to take care of the things that we need to take care of. Because when it comes to sex, we can learn each other if it's just you and I. We can learn to please each other to the 25th power if it's just you and I.
Let me say this, but I mean, I think she said this is on the first date. So on the first date, I don't think no
Sex
one
should
is
be on the table.
looking that far off into. I think they, if they want to fuck on the first date, they're gonna fuck on the first date, and then whether he respect her after that or not, they're saying that he got to pussy on the first date or not, and then they may start building something after that. So I mean, I think if they're grown and they probably didn't been through a couple of different relationships or whatever, something like that, they don't have to wait. But
Can we avoid the trauma?
well, I mean, trauma. I don't. I mean, it's possible. It can be trauma in waiting. It can be trauma if you waiting too long, especially if they're trying to use that Steve Harvey 90-day rule. If you wait 90 days, give me some pussy, we gonna have a problem. And like Jason said, it's a case by case, and I can see that. So I'm just saying though. You just said we out there, we're grown adults, we have a vibe. Maybe we've been married, maybe we haven't. We know what we want, and after we have that encounter, we can maybe build from that, or maybe we can go on from that. So I don't
And
know.
and how's trauma? Because sometimes the trauma is for us. We don't try to be a lady and gone on 6 or 7 dates with you, and then you give us some whack sex after that, and I'm like, dang, I can't believe I talked to this dude for that long for this.
Oh
And
my
that's
God.
because you.
Go
That's
ahead.
the
Big Pokey, you still froze, but we can hear you. I'm gonna
Yeah.
send you some bandwidth though.
no, you.
I'm sorry. That what Jay said, like that right there is the issue.
Yeah.
That what you just said is the issue. Like, because you've had so many partners, now you're doing measuring that would maybe, just maybe, if you didn't have that measuring stick, you'd be better off.
Oh, we should be ignorant to what we want or what's available to us so that we just settle. That's how that statement comes across.
So you can't miss something you've never had.
She's had dick, so I mean,
That's
Yeah,
my
so
point. That's my point. I'm saying is like you can't miss something you never had. If we, where I'm going back to is about better permission giving going on. Like it's, and I'm putting it there because I know men, we gonna go try. We're gonna try. I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot my shot. And I'm gonna try to be successful. Whatever the accoutrement is for me to be successful, I need to speak a certain way. I need to dress a certain way. I need to have this car. I need to flash like that. Whatever the bait is to get me what I want. As a man, I'm acknowledging that we will do that. Now, if it took a ring to get what we want, we'd be under different circumstances.
okay.
so but
Seven, you're not saying
that goes back to almost like encouraging us to weaponize our vaginas, like to
Is that
use
not going on right
the,
now?
but I mean,
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. No, go ahead.
but if you listen to most men, right, that's an issue. So for me, it's just weird to hear someone say that that's what we should be doing.
Okay, let me we're gonna hear from Seven, but Led Zepp, hey, I appreciate you watching. You say it's 1:30 over there in the UK, so hey, tap back in. We got something else coming up, I believe, on the 28th and maybe the 20th. So you should hopefully, I know you already subscribed, so we appreciate you tapping in and your comments. Seven. What are you gonna say? Seven. Seven. Focus. Focus. I don't need you to focus, Seven. God
Focus, man. I'm focused, man. Please don't judge me, brother. Now,
You gonna mess some socks up later.
God damn. I only got the socks with the holes in them, pimping. Hey, man. Now, hey, man, with Janice talking about, man, she talking about some of the shit whack when the nigga get it. Hey, that's because that nigga ain't beat off before he got it. He was too excited. You know what I'm saying? You get them low cut shirts on every day. That nigga don't know what to do. He going fucking crazy. But then I'm gonna tell you on some funny shit though. If a girl make you wait, man, most niggas not even waiting. They got something else in the back burners they already hitting. You know what I'm saying? You got this nigga wait. He cool with the 90 days. He still popping something off on the other side. Most people don't even be thinking like that, but that's how dudes be getting down.
Well, no, I do. I know. You know what, Seven? I'm gonna keep it real. Before my husband and I got married, I know he was screwing people while he was waiting for me. I know he was, but it didn't bother me. Yeah. I'm realistic.
So how long did you make? How long did you make him wait?
So we were friends for a long time. It was years before we actually got together. Yeah, it was actually years. So I knew he was having sex with other people and all of that. So I wasn't giving it to him, and I knew he had needs and desires. So what was I gonna do? So I'm very realistic. So it is what it is. But you know what? Jason talking about some y'all do. I was like Jason, but now he's about some y'all do weaponize it. What the hell is he talking about?
In marriages and relationships after a while, it becomes weaponized.
I've never withheld sex from my husband. I have been married 23 years and I have never, well, I'm lying. I've been married 20 years. I've never, ever denied my sex.
Like
you'd be one of the exceptions to the rule.
I have never denied my husband sex. Never.
So when he wake up in the mornings and it's 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, it's on.
If that's what you want.
My God.
Look at Seven.
Now he does know that I'm not much of a morning person, so he knows it's better to get it at night because I'm gonna be, get into it. But if he wanted it in the morning, if I gotta raise the leg up and slap, hey, I'm gonna do it. There might be some side booty action, but he gonna get it in.
I'm done.
All right. So let me ask Big Pokey something, and then y'all we'll go around the room right quick because we almost been on 2 hours. So Big Pokey, first date, you feeling the vibe, you gonna say no. You don't want to hit. You gonna tell her no.
So again, what we're talking about in the context of community building, that shouldn't happen. If we want to live the way of the world, then fuck it, it's on. Okay.
Well, let me ask you this, because we talked about this once before. Are you gonna cry?
Never.
Y'all, that's an inside joke. Pokey said he ain't crying that shit.
So Pokey is over here acting like Martin Luther King, which is great. However, Pokey, let me ask you a question. So while you're doing all this, while she's, being the respectful woman, holding it down, all of this, are you willing not to have sex with anybody else in the midst while all this is going on? Or are you going to get your rocks off somewhere else? What will you do?
If we are talking about community building, then it is my duty to stand strong.
Damn, really ain't
okay.
No porn or nothing.
Ah, shit, I don't do porn now. Hell you mean?
He cold blooded.
Oh, you don't watch porn, Pokey? Oh, he said, hell no. God, I feel like a warmonger. Why don't you?
That boy strong. That brother.
You ain't lying.
He a different breed.
All right, let me see. Janice, you got anything on that?
I'm just, I'm not worried about nobody's community. Your community, my community, none of that. Like, if I go somewhere with someone.
You're the way of the world. I can dig it.
And I'm gonna try. And the thing is that I've been married. It's not for me. I don't believe that it's for everyone. I'll never do it again. None of that. I do know how to behave, and be the woman that I'm supposed to be in a relationship. I do not weaponize my vagina. Like it is my duty if I decide that I'm committed to somebody. To give them it when they want it. That's part of my duty. So I don't weaponize it, but also I'm dating. There's some men I can go on a date with them and go on 6 or 7 dates, and still at no point am I ready to give them vagina. It's other dudes, all I want to do is give them vagina. I don't want to go on a second date. I don't want to hang out with them. I don't want to be in a relationship with them, but they're sexy as shit and I want to see what the dick is like. So we're going to test it out and they can keep it pushing.
Well,
Eh,
let me ask you this. So you're not giving a vagina. Does that mean you're not sucking dick or giving up the ass or what?
yeah, no, I'm not. We're
Not
not
at
doing
all.
anything. We're
Anything.
not doing anything.
Okay.
So you have to invoke that in me. So it's some men just don't. Other men do, and I will say that I have been in long-term relationships with people that I've slept with on the first night, and I've held out and tried relationships with other people, and it just didn't go anywhere. So um, I think to each their own. What works for you. But yeah, definitely not worried about any type of community.
All right. That's what's up. Anybody got anything else on that? No. All right. Well, ain't nobody mad but the devil. So let me come right
Like
here.
that, Mr.
So y'all, once again, it's getting close to our 2 hour mark, and it's hard to end the podcast sometime because the conversation get to going. I still had two other things that I never did get to
Absolutely.
cover, but I don't want to keep anyone that long. Plus, I say something for the next time because if you saw in my title, it was the preacher and the G spot. So I never did even get to talk about the preacher or the G spot because we just got to going some everywhere, but which is cool. So with that being said, let me get with seven. And seven, any closing comments you'd like to say before we get up out of here? Seven, I need
I
you
just
to
act like my shit was frozen, bro. I was just playing around. Hey, no, man. Hey, no, man. So, closing comments is pretty much who you decide to love is who you decide to love, man. Who you decide to get them draws up to, that's on you. And you know what I'm saying. And no matter who a black person have a kid with, they gonna be black. They kid gonna be black at the end of the motherfucking day. So let's make some more motherfucking black people and stop worrying about that shit, man. Like we gotta get our numbers up for real. There's definitely a race war coming. Motherfucking white people is tripping the fuck out. Everybody need to be paying attention. If you don't got a gun, get a gun. If you don't got a slingshot, get something. God damn, get something, man. People out here tripping. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to the world, but y'all need to be, man. Much love.
already. Nika, did I say that right this time? No.
You
Shit!
did.
Damn! All right, I broke it down into 12 syllables over here and shit to make sure I got it right. Okay, any closing comments that you like to give? Anything that you like to say before we get out of here?
Oh, well, one of the things that Seven said, I just want to kind of speak on. I don't think it's fair that a person should have to force. I think you should be able to say that you're mixed. I think it's unfair that you have to pick one. I'm not mixed, but just my thought process. And yeah, love who you love, and we're all adults. Long as you're not hurting anyone, do what makes you happy.
Okay, that's what's up. And we're gonna get let's get Janice up here. What you got closing comments, Janice?
Um, I am still single, fellas. So, and yes,
Gotcha.
Jason, I am eating them dinners. So it is what it is. Don't worry. Sometimes I do go Dutch on dates, depending on what the vibe is. Uh, and I agree with Nika. It's okay to say that you're mixed, but I do keep in mind at the end of the day, when it comes to other races, even the ones that I'm part of, I'm always going to be looked at as black. So I'm always going to claim that I'm black. That's just what it is.
That's what's
So
up. That's what's up. I didn't get to ask you about two comments from another podcast you made because we just didn't got to going and going and going. But I know you said something one time about I don't believe something to the effect you will let your guy go over there and sex with whoever he wanted to, long as he didn't bring you anything back or something like that. I didn't.
yeah, so respectful cheating.
Yeah,
I think Big Pokey brought that up earlier.
yeah.
I do believe in respectful cheating. That don't have no babies, don't bring me anything back, and don't embarrass me. Go do what you need to do. Like if that's yeah, I'm a strong believer that men are visual creatures, If
Right.
you see something and you want to test it out, by all means, but you better be emotionally attached over here. So your dick can do what it needs to do, but the the emotional attachment needs to be over here if we're in a relationship.
Right. And the last thing you were saying, there, he's not getting no doggy style. He's only getting missionary.
No, no. So
Oh,
you can have doggy style. I just think that my face is pretty enough for you to give me some missionary since that's my favorite position.
okay.
So and
Reasonable.
missionary is a pretty girl position. So not all women have the face for it. I think that I try to maintain enough so that I can get missionary. So yeah, you can give me that. You can have doggy style or any other style that you need. I'll just need a little bit of missionary.
Right. Okay. That's
Damn, I
what's
didn't
up.
post some
Appreciate
socks up over here, though.
it. Big Pokey, what you got closing
Oh.
comments?
Oh man, this
You
has
still
been
froze,
fun.
by the way, Big Pokey.
Yeah, I done tried everything except resetting the phone itself.
Okay.
But this has been fun. Nika, for sure, I love that you kept the same energy every time a
Yes.
topic came up. That is awesome. I like that. I can respect that a whole lot. Jay, wow. Big wow. I love it though. I love it though. 7, always a pleasure to hear from you. You know, you kept it pretty copacetic today, to be honest with you, man. Yeah, I didn't feel like you went super hard left like you normally do.
He could stay focused.
Jay, that's on you.
I don't know what's
Yeah,
happening.
that's on you.
Man.
Right.
But
Okay.
this was enjoyable. I had a great time, and I hope I get to do it again.
Yeah, most definitely. PM turned me on to you, Big Pokey, so you would definitely be on again. I think I already reached out to you, got one lined up, and I believe I'm trying to work with Jason. Jason works the crazy type shifts and everything, so I got him I'm trying to get him lined up. I'm working on barbershop talk, but I think on the 28th right now we have police brutality or something like that. I can't recall, but to Janice and Nika, hey. You two have this is your first time on Wizzo Talk, so I mean I appreciate y'all wholeheartedly for coming on. And like Big Pokey said, you know, y'all kept that energy going, and we had some really interesting conversation going on, and some nerves got hit along the way. And Shima's gone. I tried to send her some bandwidth, but she couldn't maintain it. So, but other than that, y'all, I'm telling you, it's been a good show. I just like to remind everyone out there, whether you're watching it now or whether you're watching it later, it's absolutely free, 100% free to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, the link is in the description or strolling across the bottom of the screen. And my last thing that I like to say, and probably is that I think we need to start educating our kids about law enforcement, about what to do when stopped by the police, you know, what their rights are, because the cops will take advantage of that kid or that child or that young, that black one. I've already had a podcast before about the numbers, how blacks or people of color or melanated skin or whatever is getting stopped more by cops. So I just think we need to start educating them on what to do and when to do it about the cops. And that's just my little thought. It just came to me all of a sudden. With that being said, no one got anything else to like to say before I close out? Okay, so if we'll all join hands and bow your heads. No.
Are you serious?
Absolutely not. He is nuts.
I was about to be like, well, I'm going to go ahead and close my computer on that one.
Hey, man, before you leave, give Janice do a 5 jumper jacks for us real quick.
Gotcha.
Jumping off the chain. Okay, y'all. Hey, with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Hopefully we have you guys on again, and ladies, and for another hot topic of Wizzo Talk. With that being said, ain't nobody mad but the devil, and we will see you later. This is Paul Wizzo saying.